And now, YR Productions, in partnership with Why Bother Studios, presents the Grundsow Lodge 2.5 podcast, featuring yours truly, Dave, Charles J. Adams III, and Bobby Bubbenmoyer, the only official cartoon art by Bob Yost. Welcome to this newest program in our series of podcasts from the Grundsow Lodge number 2 1/2. My name's Dave, and I'd like to introduce you now to Charles J. Adams III. Hello, Charles. Charles.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay. Were you not prepared for the show?
Oh, I'm prepared now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Wait a second. Just a little bit more.
Oh, no,
Okay.
no. Okay.
Alrighty. Now I'm okay.
Okay. And also with us, as always, in the Grundsow Lodge number 2.5, the one and only Mr. Bobby Bubbenmoyer. Hi, Bobby. Bobby? Bobby? Where is
Yeah,
Bobby?
all right.
What? Where's Bobby?
I'm all right now. I'm okay.
Okay.
What do you want?
Well,
What do you want?
we're going to talk. It's time to do our show, our latest show here in the Grundsow Lodge number
okay.
2.5.
It's been a long time since.
Yes, but the first thing you need to do, in case
What?
people have never listened before, this is the Grundsow Lodge 2.5, and we do have, we have to go by parliamentary procedure here, or whatever it's called, and we have to, have our swearing in first, okay, and our roll call. So let's swear in. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we swear that we will have a good time in the Grundsow Lodge. Everybody repeat it?
We swear we will have a good time in the, what'd you say? Grundsow Lodge.
Right.
Yeah.
And Charlie, now you repeat.
All right. We swear that we'll have a good time in the Grundsow Lodge.
Okay, and now the roll call. Dave, present. Bobby Bubbenmoyer.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Charles J. Adams III.
Present.
Okay, and now we have to do the Grundsow Lodge 2.5 official clap, which is the Eek-Eek of the Groundhog, the Grundsow, and followed by 3 claps. So we're ready. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Eek! Eek! One more time. Eek! Eek! Your rhythm's not quite on there, you guys.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, here we go. There you go.
So,
All right.
okay. Bobby, how have
Right.
you been?
Oh, I've been all right. It's been a long few months now, and you can't do a whole lot. So I've been just playing with myself, but, having fun.
So during COVID, you are finding activities to do with yourself or by yourself. I'd rather say by yourself.
No, yeah, I play with no, it's not like I play with it's not like that, but I have good time with myself. No, it's not like that either. I don't know how to put it. I just what? It's all right. I'm having a good time.
Charlie.
What?
Has he been in the Grundsow Lodge number 2.5 liquor locker already?
It sort of sounds like it, doesn't it?
With
it's taking a little toll on him, all this pacing the cage stuff for him.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not been easy for him.
Yeah, how about you?
I'm holding in there. I've been cleaning stuff up and sorting things and, writing a lot, doing a lot of research and writing, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, I saw your collection of, you have the world's most amazing collection. I mean, I've been to your house. I didn't realize you had that many nooks and crannies that you could, store all that stuff.
Well, that's the thing I've been doing. It gave me a chance. I went into the whole thing expecting to, get stuff organized and toss a lot of stuff. Instead, I just got it organized and that's it. But I figured I took pictures of all these things and tried to do composites or collages. And I have about 300 collages of stuff.
Oh.
And but what I'm doing, I've written something about all that stuff with each of those collages and putting it together in a kind of a COVID journal.
Oh, yeah.
That
yeah.
It's sort of like a log book.
Yeah.
Of basically my life through all those things, and putting it together, sealing it up, and when I'm gone, the kids or the grandkids will open it up someday and say, "Oh my God, this guy was nuts." We knew Pop-Up was crazy, but not this crazy.
Well, how about you, Bobby? Do you have any collages or logs?
I have a log. Do I have any logs?
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple out back where you may build a fire.
Yeah. Okay.
You
But
have
how
to do that,
about collages?
Collages.
Yeah.
I don't like them. I used to suck on them but they don't give me. I don't like the taste.
No, I think it's not a cough drop or anything. It's a
collage.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No.
Then I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. People are excited to be here with us, I'm sure. At least...
wait.
What?
Wait. I was thinking lozenge.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like collage.
So, yeah, well, to me it does.
Ooh, okay.
Never been that bright.
Like I said, the liquor locker. Okay, well, we have a great liquor locker here, and I guess they opened it up early. The other thing we have that's fantastic here in the Grundsow Lodge number 2.5 is the amazing jukebox. We like to call it the machine. Programmed by Bobby Bubbenmoyer himself. And Bobby, I don't know where you find these songs. A lot of them, by the way, are by you, but you know. What is your inspiration for the songs?
The inspiration for the song?
Yeah.
Oh, anything. I see things that are going on out there, and a lot of people think I'm a lot like the Beatles were.
How's that?
Yeah. Well, because I write songs about things I see and people I meet.
Okay.
And how I feel and things I smell. And I like. And,
I'm not sure the Beatles ever wrote anything about things they smelled.
Are you sure?
I can't think of a single Beatles song that had anything to do with odor or smell.
No.
That might be right.
Hey, Bobby and Dave.
What?
I'm thinking.
Charlie?
I'm hearing you guys talk. I do recall. Remember the John Lennon song, "Oh Girl." Remember that? Yeah? Does that qualify? I don't know. Now, see, Dave.
No, I don't think. I think that was supposed to be like a cigarette draw-in, like a. That wasn't. That wasn't like a.
No, I'm with Charlie on this, Dave. I'm with Charlie. I think he's smelling a woman.
Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. Well, folks, you can
listen again.
Okay.
Next time you hear it, you give a good listen to it, and you'll know. It'll change the whole way you listen to that song.
Bobby, would you like to? I'm not sure. Let's hear you do that. Let me see what you mean. See if you can. Go ahead.
What?
The old girl
song.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Excuse me. Oh, girl. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Right. That's probably not what they meant, but...
Well, I don't know. I think that George Martin guy cleaned it up a little bit.
He might have, yeah. He might have. Good old George. Yeah.
Yeah, but sure.
Well, let's go to a song from the jukebox now. Let the party commence here. I've got so many here. And like I said, the jukebox has a lot of songs by you, Bobby. Funny that you're the program director of the jukebox and it's mostly your music. But hey, why don't we sing one since we're talking about the liquor locker too? How about one called Chewie Dew? Why don't you go ahead and introduce that one?
Well, now that is a wonderful song. I like that song. You know what Chewie Dew is, ain't you?
No, tell us, please.
Well, it's hooch. It's hooch.
Hooch.
Yeah. Now, Danny drive up in Hinnershitz Hill. He used to have a still. Mm-hmm. And we used to go up there all the time. Uh-huh. And we didn't know what to call it. It was just called, Hinnershitz stuff, And somebody said, we could see Shoey from here. And then it was early in the morning one morning, and the dew was on the grass.
The dew was on the grass?
The dew was on the grass.
Okay.
And I said to everybody, look at that Shoey Dew. And they all laughed. And then we took another drink, and we called the drink, the stuff, the hooch, Shoey Dew.
That's good. That's quite good.
Yeah, I tell you what, Stephen Foster had nothing on us. I'm telling you that.
Well, let's hear Shoey Dew now by Bobby Bubbenmoyer and the Shoemakersville School of Broadcasting Band, otherwise known as the SOB Band. And then right after that, we'll hear one by me about moonshine called the AP Trail for Applejack. And then we'll come right back.
Well, they call it that old Shoey Dew, and them that refuses it are few. Well, I'll shut up my muck if you bring me a chuck of that good old Shoey Dew. Well, down Centerport Way, when they ain't making hay, they're making a pot of that brew. And on Saturday night, oh, they'll be nice and tight, just a slugging down that Chewie Dew. Well, my Uncle Bill, he had such a still, somewhere just off old Route 22. He would pick dandelion, he'd turn it into vine, and he called it that old Chewie Dew. Well, they call it that old Chewie Dew, and them that refuses are few. Well, I'll shut up my mug if you bring me a jug of that good old Chewie Dew. Up in Windsor Castle, old Jakey had a hassle, keeping Chewie Dew away from his pooch. So he gave him his wish, and he poured in his dish some good old Chewie hooch. Well, that dog lapped the bowl till the dew-it was all, and he hiccuped as he sipped the last drop. And with a big doggy grin, he licked off his chin, and he took another swig of that slop. Well, they call it that old Chewie Dew, and them that refuses are few. Well, I'll shut up my muck if you bring me a jug of that good old Chewie Dew. In Jalapa, I'm told, when it gets real cold, they know how to warm up their bodies. They mix in some honey, and they get real funny, drinking those Chewie Dew toddies. Yes, in Shoemakersville, they're loving that swill. They drink till they forget what they drank, and they'll never run out of drinks. Hey, what do you think they keep in that big water tank? They call it that old Chewie Dew, and them that refuses are few. Well, I'll shut up my mug, gotta bring me a jug of that good old Chewie Dew. Hello, this is Bobby Bubbenmoyer of the Shoemakersville School of Broadcasting with exciting news. Now you know about reality TV. Well, now the Chewie SOP graduate, the valedictorian of the class of 2003, Frankie Fenstermacher, has come up with reality radio. That's right. This fall, join Frankie Fenstermacher and his lovely co-host Dottie Hinkle for their version of Survivor. 5 contestants will try to survive 5 nights in a barn near Wirchenville, eating only lep cookies, funnel cake, and tripe, and only drinking cider. And there's only one outhouse. Hey, how long can they last? Find out this fall on Survivor, Wirchenville, presented by the Shoemakersville School of Broadcasting. Where are we? We're near the big water tank, the Eiffel Tower of Shoemakersville. And if you can't find us, well, all you just gotta do is ask a cop.
Spitzy Mountain, there's an apple cider fountain. You can bet the farm the mother's always good. Fermented by the hours, it ain't a drink for cowards. Take your old clay jug and get a quart or two. From Lynn Hartsville to the Eck and back, there ain't no finer Applejack. Many a man and woman can detail. A jug'll do you right, cause it's gonna last all night when you hit that apple hooch from the AP trail. Chicken in the skillet, but she could hardly fill it, so we put a quart of AP in there too. That chicken was delicious, so wholesome and nutritious, and the gravy, it was pretty tasty too. From Lynn Hartsville to the Eck and back, there ain't no finer Applejack. Many a man and woman can detail. A jug'll do you right, 'cause it's gonna last all night when you hit that apple hooch from the AP trail. Hotel was a place the hunters knew quite well. They'd tell their women they's off to shoot a deer. But when AP season was in swing, they'd stash their guns to get a swig, and that's just how the Liars Club was born. From Lynn Hartsville to the Eck and back, there ain't no finer Applejack. Many a man and woman can detail. A jug'll do you right, 'cause it's gonna last all night when you hit that apple hooch from the AP trail. Travels, Hank Sr. sipped the bubbles. It was with no uncertainty at all. His visits to Berks County were to visit the mountain fountains, where he said our Applejack is best of all. From Lynn Hartsville to the Eck and back, there ain't no finer Applejack. Many a man and woman can detail. A jug'll do you right, 'cause it's gonna last all night when you hit that apple hooch from the AP trail. Had no fear of engine troubles. They knew what he was making was a treat. Why, braves and chiefs would visit just to get a liquid thrill, and that fire water rolled them down the hill. From Lynn Hartsville to the Eck and back, there ain't no finer Applejack. Many a man and woman can detail. A jug'll do you right, 'cause it's gonna last all night when you hit that apple hooch from the AP trail. Farm when troopers rode their rounds by horse, young Wilson Fox poured AP in the trough. As the troopers visited Ma and Pa, their horses drank and then fell over. Pa served the strongest AP in town. By the time that Wilson was 80, he and his knees were racked and spent. It took 2 canes to hold him straight and true. But when he had a jug of juice, he danced around as he got loose. No finer medicine was ever served. From Lynn Hartsville to the Eck and back, there ain't no finer Applejack. Many a man and woman can detail. A jug'll do you right, 'cause it's gonna last all night when you hit that apple hooch from the AP trail. Clouds shroud the forest, it's the foxes making coffee. At least that's what some old timers say. But it's not coffee at all, it's that AP Jack-a Boil with that potent scent that brings us back for more. From Lynn Hartsville to the Eck and back, there ain't no finer Applejack. Many a man and woman can detail. A jug'll do you right, 'cause it's gonna last all night when you hit that apple hooch from the AP trail. When you hit that apple hooch from the AP trail.
Let's take a pause now in our exciting show to talk about the Wonder Wart Remover. Now, friends, have you ever had an embarrassing wart somewhere, like on your upper lip or your thigh? Who wants to walk around sporting a wart? Just ain't right. You've tried creams and you've tried lotions, maybe even nail files and butane lighters to remove it, but it just won't go away. It's like a fly on a manure pile, easy to see and unsightly. Well, now the Wonder Wart Remover can change your life and wart forever. The Wonder Wart Remover comes in 2 effective styles. Choose from the Slicing Wonder Wart Remover, made from the top-grade zirconium-tipped polar tin, or the Gravity Wonder Wart Remover, made from high-quality mule leather. I know. Or, say, why not get both models so you're never at a loss when it comes to lightning-fast wart removal? With the Slicing Wonder Wart Remover, you simply bathe your wart in Applejack to sterilize it, or you can use Chewie Dew, too, and then place your offensive and unsightly-looking wart between the blades of the device. Next, count to 3 and squeeze the handle quickly. Just like that, and before you can say, aye, the wart and you have severed your relationship. The Gravity Wonder Wart Remover also works on small tumors because it's a 5-pound mule leather bound book. That's right, gravity and mass will be on your side. Simply place the body part with wart or tumor on a solid object like an oak table, and then have a friend count to 3, and then slam the Gravity Wonder Wart Remover down on the troubled area. Just like that, in less time than it takes to say ouch, your ugly blemish will be a thing of the past. Don't let gross-looking warts or tumors keep you in the house any longer. Buy the Wonder Wart Remover Kit now and save $3.22 off the already amazing price of $97.50. When ordering, just use this code for your discount. IAMCHEAP. That's IAMCHEAP. Act now.
And we're back to the Grundsow Lodge number 2.5 podcast. With me is Charles J. Adams III.
Hi.
And Bobby Bubbenmoyer.
Hello.
Yes. So, Bobby, you also have a great cover of a song that's been played in almost every music genre around the world. And since you put it in the jukebox, I thought maybe now you'd like to introduce Shoey Louie.
Oh, yeah, well, that's about the groundhog. You know Shoey Louie.
The groundhog, Shoey Louie, who comes out of his hole, right? Maybe you should tell us that story.
Sometimes he comes out of his hole, sometimes he don't. And every February, what is it again?
February.
I'm not Chewie Dew here again. So anyway, February, whatever day it is, he comes out, or it doesn't. But we go up. We used to, I don't know if we really is yet, but we used to go up and wait for Shoey Louie, a groundhog, to either come out of his shell and see his shadow or not. But there were some strange things over the years that happened up in Hinnershitz Hill. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Like what? You're going to tell us about it? We're just going to...
Well, I don't know if I can.
Okay.
All right. If I speak out of turn, if I don't, well, here we go. About, I don't know, 3 years ago maybe, we were walking up Hinnershitz Hill on Groundhog Day morning. And we could see Chewie Louie's hole. And we got closer and closer, and we're waiting for him to come out to see his shadow or not. And oh my God, did it stink. Did it stink. Shoey Louie must have, I don't know what, can I say it? He let one rip.
Oh.
He just let one rip. And if you never smelled groundhog,
you mean flatulence or wind, as they used to call it.
Oh, my damn it, he farted. Yeah, I said it.
Okay, all right.
And if you never smelled a groundhog's fart, honest, so we almost fell down the hill backwards. We never got to see if he sees his shadow or not.
Yeah.
Well, so we've had a lot of interesting experiences up in Hinnershitz Hill and Shoey Louie.
Okay, so sometimes he's predicting and sometimes he's just having wind issues.
Yes, that's right, breaking the wind.
Well, it's breaking the wind. It's funny because I think the Hinnershitz Rutchie Resort, that was one of their slogans at one time, wasn't it? Like break the wind at the...
That's right.
What?
But what happened is that they found out about what was going on up there, and I told them the story about this whole thing, and their public relations person said that would make an interesting way to advertise our Hinnershitz Rutchie Resort and casino, and because Rutchie's when you go in there's a casino. You're not really supposed to say anything about that. They sell used lottery cards up there. Lottery tickets, used scratch-off tickets.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah.
What other games do they play there?
Oh, they play Russian roulette. No, not Russian roulette. No, I don't know exactly what, but they play that, and they play Old Maid. Well, no, it's a gambling way of playing Old Maid.
Oh, I thought you meant there was like literally an older woman there.
Well, there's those too, but we don't talk about that.
Oh, you don't talk about that either. Okay, all right.
We better not talk about that. It gets a little bit too personal.
And how about the one with the tables and the dice?
The tables and the dice?
Yeah.
Oh, well, sure, craps. Well, there's a lot of craps going on up there.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that there was a lot of crap going on at the Hinnershitz.
Well, I had to get to think of the name Hinnershitz.
Okay, so anyway, I interrupted your story. So what else was going on? Do you even remember where we were?
Yeah, we were talking about Shoey Louie.
And then, yes, so. Well, okay.
And I was talking about how we'd go up there and we'd try to, I think that's what we were talking about. We were talking about Chewie Dew, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter.
Okay. You were talking about the Rutchie Resort, I think. But you know what? We can talk about it. If you remember, we'll talk about it.
That's what happened. They were talking about breaking the wind. I was telling them about Chewie Louie and making his poopers. And then, well, yeah. And they said that would make an interesting way because when you're Rutchie down a hill, you're breaking the wind. Not the same way you're breaking the wind when you're, the other thing.
On the old steel runner sled. You're breaking the wind on the old sled.
That's right.
Okay. Well, then let's hear. That was a long intro for Shoey Louie. And then after that, we're going to hear another one. This is one also from Bobby's crooning days when he was really like kind of following the Rat Pack style. And Charlie, I don't know if you remember it, but we'll give a quick introduction, then we'll play the two of those. He recorded a version of It Had to Be You.
Oh, yeah, I love that song.
Well, we know you love this song. You put it in the jukebox. I was asking Charlie.
Oh, no, wait a second.
Wait, who am I talking to here?
Wait a second.
Charlie.
Wait. Oh, yeah, Dave, what's up?
Too much waswit? A little too much scrapple?
Oh, yeah, I was hitting the scrapple.
I didn't realize you had disappeared. I was talking about Bobby's crooning days. We're going to play 2 in a row by Bobby Bubbenmoyer because that's pretty much what we have in the jukebox. But...
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Windsor Castle Rat Pack, yeah.
Yeah, the Windsor Castle Rat Pack.
Oh, my God. They were crazy up the Windsor Castle Hotel and then down at Virginville Grange.
Yeah.
Oh, they hang around those places all the time. They frequented those joints. And Lenhartsville, of course. Anytime you could find them at Hummel's and down at the Dijak.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
no, Charlie, you talk about the Dijak. We used to love to go up there when Peter's Brothers meets and Dietrich's meets, and they all got their meet together. That was nice. Those were good days. Good days.
Yeah.
A lot of great memories up there. A lot of good meat.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good meat. Good meat.
Oh, okay, now I'm back.
Okay. If you'd ask me, I'd say you probably had some bad meat over the last 24 hours the way you're behaving here, but that's okay. You know what? I am going to play 3 in a row. And here's why I'm going to play 3 in a row, because this just happens to blend in perfectly with the theme of what's going on right now. In our jukebox, there are a couple songs that Bobby didn't put in there, and one of them is a song by K. Whopper. So let's hear that one first. Then we'll hear Shoey Louie, and then we'll hear It Had to Be You. But this song is by K. Whopper. It's called Courtesy Flush.
You never know where you'll be when nature calls. At a fine restaurant or local shopping mall. But no matter where you're riding that porcelain bus, think about the rest of us. Give a courtesy flush. You ate your wife's cooking for dinner just last night. work the next day. You ain't feeling quite right. Just remember when you feel that intestinal rush, think about the rest of us. Give a courtesy flush. Courtesy flush is the right thing to do. When you're out in public and have to do a number 2. Oh, the courtesy flush. Next one is for the ladies. You might think you're exempt being all womanly, and any small issue can be handled by the potpourri. But remember, in the end, it still comes out of your tush. Think about the rest of us. Oh, the courtesy flush. Courtesy flush is the right thing to do. When you're out in public and have to do a number 2. Oh, the courtesy flush. Yeah, the courtesy flush. Yeah, that's right, Carl. You better give us a courtesy flush. Oh, what are you laughing about, Mabel? You definitely need to give us a courtesy flush. It's not an outhouse, it's an in-house. We're sharing the same air in here. Think of the children. Look at these house plants. Somebody open a window. We definitely need a courtesy flush. It's the right thing to do.
Now this next song is about a groundsow, a groundhog up near Shoemakersville. He lives in a hole up near the Shoey water tank, the big water tank. Every Groundhog Day we all go up to his hole and see if we can get him out. And they say if he sees his shutter, that means the window's almost all. I think that's what, I'm not exactly sure what it means, but we go up there anyway. And this is a song about our favorite groundhog of Shoemakersville. His name is Shoey Louie. Aye, where are you? Shoey Louie. Hey, aye, where are you? On Groundhog Day, the 2nd of February, we look for a critter who's stinky and very hairy. He sleeps through the window, down in his hole, just like a snake or a bear or a vole. We wait and we wait for him to come creeping, but down in his hole, little Louie's just sleeping. We're up really early to stomp and to shout, trying to get Shoey Louie out. A Shoey Louie. Aye. Where are you? Hey, Shoey. A Shoey Louie. Aye. Where are you? If he sees his shadow, then there's almost all. So in his hole, we holler and we call. Hey, Louie, where are you? We yell and we say, you gotta come out, 'cause it's Groundhog Day. The sun came up and the sun went down, but all day long little Louie couldn't be found. He slept all day, never seen or heard, and it's now too late, 'cause it's February 3rd. Hey, Shoey Louie, what you say? You slept right through Groundhog Day. No. Shoey Louie. Ay. Where did you go, Shoey? You slept the whole time. We were left there and we were yelling for you, we were looking for you, but we could never find you. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found the somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, or even be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Hey, go. Hey. This is good, ain't it? Mothers I've seen might never be mean, they might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Now it's time for another commercial message. Please give the business to our sponsors. Get it? Give the business to our sponsors. Say, do you like cheese? If so, you'll love the Grundsow Lodge No. 2.5 old-fashioned cheese-making sock. Just like in bygone days, with this product you'll never run out of cheese to cut and enjoy. The old-fashioned cheese-making sock is easy to use, too. Just open the sock and add a gallon of whole milk. Not that skimmy kind of milk. Be sure you use whole milk and pour it into the sock. Then add the pre-packaged and pre-measured mammal yeast that comes with the kit. By the way, the kit comes in cow, goat, sheep, and even horse yeast flavors. Then you tie a knot in the end of the sock and twirl it over your head outside in temperatures that are 80 degrees or higher for at least a few hours. Humid days yield best results. Then, presto biffo, in less than 2 hours of twirling in the hot sun, you'll have yourself almost a quarter pound of homemade, old-fashioned cheese. That's enough cheese so that an entire family can cut the cheese at several meals. That's right, Dad will enjoy cutting the cheese, Mom will enjoy cutting the cheese, all the kiddies will enjoy cutting the cheese, too. As for Grandmom and Grandpop, they'll be grinning from ear to ear as they see you carrying on the sock cheese-making tradition. Why, then, you should cut the cheese. Everybody will notice. The Grundsow Lodge No. 2.5 old-fashioned cheese-making sock also comes in several appealing colors, like brown and red and argyle. That's the old-fashioned cheese-making sock, available now for just $59.93 from the Grundsow Lodge No. 2.5. If you don't know where that is, just ask a cop. Be the first, or at least maybe the second, on your block to make and cut the cheese in this very special way. Just 59-something. Please specify cow, or goat, or sheep, or horse yeast flavor. Act now, so you can cut the cheese later.
Welcome back to the Grundsow Lodge number 2 1/2 podcast. I'm Dave. Charles J. Adams III is with us. That's your cue to say something.
Oh, I thought I'm here.
Okay, Bobby Bubbenmoyer, the only
I'm
is
here
with.
too.
Okay,
I'm
good.
here too,
Good.
sure.
Good.
There's nothing else to do.
Did you guys ever hear of a band called Leroy Heffentraeger's Swingin Pennsylvania Dutch?
Oh, I certainly did. Yeah, I did. Bobby, I think you knew the guy, didn't you? I'm not sure. But you know about, that's a funny story about that. When I first heard about that, I thought it was a trio, Leroy, Heff, and Traeger. But no, it's just one man.
Leroy Heffentraeger. I get
I
it.
thought it was, Leroy. Maybe Leroy played the bass and Heff played the drums, and Traeger, I maybe played the guitar. But it was just one man, Leroy Heffentraeger. And isn't that an odd last name? I mean, unbelievable how many syllables are in it. And
How many what?
Syllables like mine, Bubbenmoyer. There's 4.
Yeah.
Bubbenmoyer. 4 syllables. What are they?
Syllables.
Syllables. Yeah, them. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bubbin,
Not
Moyer.
like yours. Not like Dave Klein.
No.
There's 2. Dave Klein.
Yeah, mine's
Dave
kind of
Klein.
boring.
Yeah, yours is really, really boring.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but my Pennsylvania Dutch friends don't say just Dave. I can always tell if they're friends and because they'll say Dave. It's
Oh, sure.
Dave.
Eva.
It's not Dave. It's Dave.
Yep. Anyhow.
Anyhow, okay. that didn't interest you too much. Go ahead. What else?
What about Heffentraeger?
Yeah. So we have his song. You must have put it in the jukebox. It's "I'm a Pennsylvania Dutchman."
Oh, this is a real swinger. I like this.
Okay, let's listen to
This
it.
will get you up and going. Yes, it will. Let's go.
I'm a Pennsylvania Dutchman. I'm from Berks County, PA. I like to play my music in an oompa-oompa way. Then some rock and rollin' fellers came to Berks County, you see. I heard them play their music, and I yelled, hey, that's for me. So I practiced on my trumpet, and I practiced oh so much. I blew in it real crazy. It came out with a touch of Dutch. I'm a Pennsylvania Dutchman. I'm from Berks County, PA. I like my music rockin' in a boom, ah, boom,
We are enjoying time together in the Grundsow Lodge number 2 1/2 with yours truly, Dave, Bobby Bubbenmoyer, and Charles J. Adams III. Yes?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Charlie, Bobby,
What?
wrote a song a while back about his rural roots. Roots, plural, roots, not his rural root, his rural roots.
Right. Yeah.
And it's called Bubbenmoyer's Farm. I wonder if you remember that song.
Oh, my gosh. I don't. Oh, sort of like Old MacDonald's farm? Was it?
I guess so. Yeah, he seems to plagiarize. I mean, to cover
No.
cover stuff.
I can barely remember that one myself.
Yeah.
That was done in let's just say I was not altogether there when I did that song.
Well, you were in the liquor locker again,
Well, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, there was a little Shoey Dew in me then.
hitting the
We
Shoey
always
Dew.
had so much. We have so much fun.
Well,
That's right.
this one, Bubbenmoyer's Farm, is maybe if people listen to it enough times, it could be a sing along. But it is in our jukebox here at the Grundsow Lodge 2 1/2.
Yeah.
So once again, you must have put it in there.
I guess I don't know what I do half the time.
Okay, well let's give it a listen.
Okay.
There's a lot of farms in northern Berks, aye, where corn stalks grow and farmers work, aye, with tractors here and silos there, here a barn, there a barn, everywhere barn, lots of farms in northern Berks, aye, and Dunkelberger has a farm, aye, and on his farm he has a horse, aye, with a whinny here and a whinny there, here a whinny, there a whinny, everywhere whinny, Dunkelberger has a farm, aye, and Frenzelmacher has a farm, aye, and on this farm he has some sheep, aye, with a papa here and a papa there, here a pa, there a pa, everywhere a papa, Fenstermacher has a farm, aye, and Leibensberger has a farm, aye, and on his farm he has some pigs, aye, with an oink here and an oink there, here an oink there, an oink everywhere, an oink, Leibensberger has a farm, aye, and Himmelberger has a farm, aye, and on his farm he has some ducks, aye, with a quack here and a quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack, Himmelberger has a farm, aye, and Bubbenmoyer has a farm, aye, and on his farm he has some chickens, aye, with a cluck here and a cluck there, here a cluck, there a cluck, everywhere a cluck, Bubbenmoyer has a farm, aye, with a Dunkelberger Winnie and a Fenstermacher by and a Leibensberger Oink and an Himmelberg quack, Bugmore cluck, everybody has a farm, aye,
Boy, there's so much going on here in the Grundsow Lodge number 2.5, and it's all because of Charles J. Adams III.
Hello.
And Bobby Bubbenmoyer, the only.
Hello.
Hello. You're a little late on the uptake there, Bobby.
Well, I'm getting tired.
Okay.
I get tired fast nowadays.
Oh,
you know.
no. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know, though. Sometimes I take a nap. Do you ever take naps?
Well, every once in a while I do. Yeah, but I don't remember if I did or not.
Now, Charlie, you have grandchildren. I have grandchildren. Bobby, do you have any grandchildren? Were you married or?
I'm the only child.
Oh, but that doesn't have anything to do with whether you're a grandfather or not.
Oh, doesn't it? Oh,
No.
I don't have any grandchildren. We weren't allowed to have children.
Oh.
We had, we had that thing where you can't with the blood.
Oh. Okay, a little bit of inbreeding there in the Bubbenmoyer household. Is that what you?
That too.
Was that too blunt?
Well, I didn't want to say it, but my wife, Bessie Dunkelberger Bubbenmoyer, hyphenates her name,
Okay, so yes, a modern woman.
Oh my good. Well, she's not that modern. She's, but I always wondered why she did that. Why would you want to be Dunkelberger Bubbenmoyer? I can't even say it.
That's a long name.
I know.
You can't even fit that on an envelope.
No, I know you mean, but that's what she chose to do.
Well, you have a song in the jukebox. Yet another song by Bobby Bubbenmoyer, the Shoemakersville School of Broadcasting, the SOB band, yep. And this one's called "I'm My Own Grandpa." What do you think of that?
Well, I love that one. That's another cover song that I did from Homer and Jethro, I think it was, who did it originally.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wonderful, wonderful song, and it's so funny. If you listen to it closely, you can figure out that yes, you can become your own grandfather.
That's unbelievable. Like I was talking to somebody who was breeding dogs, I think. Or was it camels? I don't remember it. Anyway.
What the hell does it have to do with camels and dogs?
Well, I'll get there. Hang on. No, and they were saying like how the one in the litter they couldn't have because there was something wrong with it. And then so they waited. And then the fathers of the litter's son had a litter. And then they had that one. And he was his own cousin's uncle's I don't know. It gets confusing.
You do a lot of interesting reading there, don't you, Dave?
Yes. This is COVID, Charlie. I'm climbing the walls, just like you.
You're desperate, yeah.
The other night I was reading recipes for medieval cookery.
Yeah? Oh, God. We talk about that dog you were talking about.
Yes.
That dog.
Yes.
And maybe that's where that phrase, son of a bitch, comes in. I didn't want to say it's
no, but that's nothing wrong with that.
Because dogs are bitches.
Yeah,
and if you become the son of one, you are a son of a bitch.
Yes.
And you can say that. And I think I heard Charlie say it on the radio one time when his boss wasn't listening. Yeah.
I'm sure Charlie would have pushed the point back then. He was always on the
I
cutting
might have.
edge.
I might have. I don't know.
Charlie, did you get away with that, like the Tinkle song?
Oh, the Tinkle song, yeah. And the last song I ever played in the radio before I retired.
What was the Tinkle song?
No.
Oh.
It was even worse than that.
What was it?
It was Jerry Jeff Walker.
Yes?
Shall I open up? Shall I say it? Should I say the opening line?
Oh, sure.
Pissing in the wind.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
What's
it's
a
blowing
podcast?
right back again.
Folks,
Jerry Jeff Walker.
in case you are,
Anyway.
there is adult content in this podcast, and I'll guess I'll
That's
have to
right.
post that up in the thing. But hey, this is mild compared to some. But I'll put it in the description so people don't find us offensive. Well, they
Right.
probably will anyway, but that's okay.
I don't care if they do.
Okay, so let's hear
I would consider it an honor.
an honor. Yes, let's hear "I Am My Own Grandpa," and then we're gonna come back. We have one more new song, and I'm not sure who wrote it. I'll figure it out when we get back. But here he is, Bobby Bubbenmoyer. Hey, folks, he's his own grandpa.
It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. Boom, boom, boom. He's his own grandpa. Boom, boom, boom. He's his own grandpa. Well, it sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, he's his own grandpa. Take it away, Bobby. Now, many, many years ago, when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair a red. My father fell in love with her, and soon they two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My daughter was my mother, 'cause he was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he were my uncle, then that also made me brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. Now father's wife then had a son who kept him on the run, and he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. Now if my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild, and every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. Oh, I am my own grandpa. I am my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. Oh, he's his own grandpa. He's his own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. He's my own grandpa. Now it's time for a word about our newest sponsor, the Evermore Toenail and Nose Hair Keepsake Chuck. Please give them the business. Friends, why discard those toenail and nose hair clippings when you can put them to good use? In these modern times of recycling and tree-hugging greenness, it's time to put a stop to senseless and careless tossing of used toenails and nose hairs. Just think, in a year's time, the average human trims off, throws away, and wastes about 30 pounds of these perfectly recyclable materials. Well, now you can push back against such wastefulness by investing in your own personal Evermore Toenail and Nose Hair Keepsake Chuck. Constructed of 100% natural clay and available in matching his and hers models, these beautiful chucks are fit to be displayed, and no one but a fellow chuck user will be any the wiser. Your unsuspecting friends will come into your parlor and make comments like, "Say, what a lovely set of chucks you have," and your wife, too. Or maybe they'll just say something like, "Say, nice chucks." So why not buy two for each person in the house? Yeah, that's right. You'll be proud, and you'll find that your wife will be especially pleased with her chucks. Simply trim unwanted toenails and nose hairs as usual, but instead of tossing them into the garbage disposal or down the heating duct, store them in your new Evermore Toenail and Nose Hair Keepsake Chuck. Keeping toenail and nose hair clippings out of landfills is more important than ever, so get with it. Trim and stash your clippings instead of tossing or flushing them. Evermore Toenail and Nose Hair Keepsake Chucks are a bargain at just $72.48 each. But wait! Act now, and we'll throw in a matching eyelash and ear hair clipping mini chuck. So do the responsible thing. Get your Evermore toenail and nose hair keepsake chuck today. On sale now somewhere near your house.
So many wonderful sponsors. We'd like to thank them all. Hey, we also want to thank our friend Bobby Bubbenmoyer and Charles J. Adams III. We bring you this show through the courtesy of Waya Productions. Let's hear it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Waya. Yes, and also our artist for our podcast cartoonery is none other than Bob Yost. And now getting back to it, there's a brand new song that found its way past the liquor locker into the jukebox, or as we like to call it, the machine. And Bobby, you put this one in here, so I'm going to let you introduce it. It's all I see here on the thing is it just says Melons, so I figure it's an agricultural song.
Well, there it is.
In a way it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I think I know the song you're talking about. It's a song about a young woman in Morrisville who has the 2 biggest melons in Morrisville. She's got the biggest pair of melons in all of Morrisville.
Wow, she must have used a lot of fertilizer and, Miracle Grow.
No.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, the boys wanted to touch her melons and
Oh,
everything. Oh, it was
You're talking about like the judges at the 4-H.
I will say nothing more.
Okay.
You must listen to the song.
Or the...
That's the magic of it.
Okay, all right, so...
It'll all be revealed at the end.
Well, wait, who's performing this song? It just says Melons in the
Bobby,
jukebox.
can I talk to you here? Bobby,
Charlie, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. It's a collaboration between Bobby and myself.
Wow.
Yeah, for over the years, we've gone our separate ways, more or less.
Yes.
Different interests, but we decided to get together on this. He had the concept for the whole thing, right, Bobby? Yeah, I did. I knew a woman in Morrisville who had a huge pair of melons, and I thought there was something really lyrical about them. Yeah, okay, whatever. And I don't know. But so we got together one time. It was like sort of Gilbert and Sullivan. We never really, during this whole COVID cootie thing, we never got together. But he sent me one time I had to find my old grandfather's old wire recorder to play it, but he had a wire recording of his singing, his rough cut singing of it, the melody. So I transposed the melody. It's a long story, but what happens, I think I wind up singing it as best I could to his lyrics. So I think it's an interesting song. I think it'll go down in music history.
In the annals?
No, I'm just kidding.
Never mind.
Piece of crap is what it is. But it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
All right.
But again, you got to listen to the whole thing. You got to listen from beginning to end. And I played it for my wife. And, 2 or 3 verses into it, she's looking at me with a scowl. Why do you write such crap? Like, some disgusting, vile things like that. But at the end, the vial turned into a smile.
Oh, so, really? Okay. Amazing. The doctor smiled for you.
Well, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, let's hear it now.
Wearing a mask. Yeah. She was wearing a mask.
Yeah. Oh,
so I had no idea. She just told me she was smiling.
Yeah, she just kind of pretended to do that. I saw the weirdest thing the other day. I digress just a second. It was a ventriloquist who had a mask on her face. Like,
what a great stick that is.
Yeah, I think we could get away with that at the Grundsow Lodge 2.5.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Bobby with a mask on.
What
a little Grundsow puppet.
What was he?
He was a ventriloquist.
The hell is a ventriloquist? What's that?
A ventriloquist. Somebody that projects their voice into somebody else's.
Oh, I thought it was some sort of Spanish food.
No. With beans and rice. Yeah, no. Nope. Yeah. Okay, so let's now hear the song Melons.
She's got the biggest pair of melons in Morrisville. They're so round, so firm, so sweet. They're so darn big, that when she walks, she can't even see her feet. All the guys in town would love to touch 'em, but they'll have to be content to stand and gawk. They cannot help but stop and stare at her whenever she goes out and takes a walk. Now they weren't that big, not just a little while ago, But oh my, how suddenly they grew. She soon attracted the attention, boy, of everybody. Mostly men, but women too. Now one day she shocked her friends and her neighbors, let me tell you. Then she showed them off for everybody to see. Yeah, she just ripped them out like it was nothing. And she laughed, and she said with glee, she said, I got the biggest pair of melons in Mooresville. They're so round, so firm, so sweet. They're so darn big that when I walk, I cannot see my feet. Oy. Well now, people gathered round and took a gander, amazed that one day she would let them have a peek. She even let the men gave them a little fondle, if you know what I mean. And one by one they lined up for that treat. Oh, did they ever? She knew that soon they'd shrink and be all wrinkly. So she figured that she'd let them stop and stare. 'Cause they were the biggest pair of melons that anybody ever seen. Over at the Kempton Country Fair, there, they were the biggest pair of melons in Mooresville. They never failed to attract admiring eyes. And that year, at the Kempton Country Fairgrounds, her massive melons captured the first prize. Yeah, she had the biggest pair of melons in Mooresville. Where were they big? You should have seen them. They were two big round melons. When they went to the fair... This portion of the Grundsow Lodge number 2.5 podcast is brought to you by the Shoemakersville Flatulence Inhalation Yurt at the Hinnershitz Hill Rutchie Resort in Shoemakersville. If you have troubles breathing and have ever gone to one of those Himalayan salt rooms, do we have good news for you. Now you can work on your heart, stroke, diabetes, and other such stuff in another all-natural way at the Shoemakersville Flatulence Inhalation Yurt. Did you know that hydrogen sulfide is the gas that gives flatulence what some calls its repulsive smell? Well, it's true, but rather than repulsive, I like to think of it as kind of a personal aroma. According to new scientific research by new scientists, the aroma of flatulence can help reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, cancer, and even help to stave off, it can help to stave off, now wait a minute, it's the tip of my tongue. It can stave off, what's that called? Oh yeah, dementia. I remember that now. Inhaling flatulence with its hydrogen sulfide can help you stave off dementia and make you think good. Apparently, when we are sick, our cells create their own hydrogen sulfide, which helps keep the mitochondria, our cells' power generators, in proper working order. Without the gas, cells would die and lose their ability to fight off disease. Experts have created a compound called AP39 to help the body produce the right amount of hydrogen sulfide. The compound AP39, which by the way has nothing to do with AP cakes, totally different, it's believed to help reverse damage in cells, a key part in treating conditions such as stroke, heart failure, and diabetes. But getting treatment is often difficult, time-consuming, and expensive. Now, for just $5.32 for a 47-minute, 12-second session, you can come to the Shoemakersville Flatulence Inhalation Yurt and get a nose full of the stuff in the comfort of our heated room. We even pipe in music from famous recording artists like me, Bobby Bubbenmoyer, and the Water Tank Trio, and Long Shorty, one of the region's most celebrated flatulence therapy crooners, and blue-eyed movie stars. Or that's blue movies, I think. Well, it's different. Imagine lying back in one of our plush hay hammocks, closing your eyes, hearing the music begin, and then in it comes the sweet smell of flatulence. Not just one, but all of your senses will be stimulated. And you'll be getting a good dose of anti-aging and sick stuff therapy. You'll never be the same again. So, act now. Sessions are limited. We have gift certificates too. You owe yourself and your special friends a session at the Shoemakersville Flatulence Inhalation Yurt at the Hinnershitz Hill Rutchie Resort in Shoemakersville. Turn at the big water tank. If you can't find it, ask a cop. Come listen to the story of a groundhog called Old Phil, who lives in Pennsylvania up on Punxsutawney Hill. Every February, he comes peeking from the ground to see if we'll have spring or if we'll be winter bound. As the sun comes up on Punxsutawney Hill, everybody gathers there waiting for Old Phil. They're wondering if he'll come out to give the press a smile or see his shadow on the ground and hide from us a while. Now the weathermen, they're certain we're in for a cold spell. Old Phil comes out, he peers around, he tells us all is well. He sees no shadow on the ground, spring is on the way. Chalk one up for Phil, 'cause today is Groundhog Day.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Guys, we've run out of time here in the Grundsow Lodge 2.5. I hope everybody listening had fun. I mean, it's something to do for a while. Anyway, you know what I mean? If you like it, share it with friends. If you don't like it, well, just don't tell anybody. It's okay. Whatever works for you. Charlie, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
And Bobby Bubbenmoyer, thanks for cleaning up the Grundsow Lodge number 2.5 and getting the jukebox all in good shape and getting the liquor locker all sorted out with the Chewie Dew. You know, you really do a lot around here, and we appreciate you. I was gonna say nothing. Any last words for your fans?
No.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
All right, guys. We'll see you out there, and we'll see you somewhere, okay?
Yeah, good.
Until next time.